Liam, just take us back to Boxing Day, a nice 3-1 win at Fylde. Just talk us through it from your perspective.
I feel the game played out pretty much similar to the FA Cup game that we played. Obviously that was my first game and from the start. And obviously Fylde in the moment where they had the new manager come in. So obviously that was a difficult moment in itself. And again, approaching this one, they've been off the back of a defeat to Solihull, and you never know sort of what type of team that you're going to face in terms of the reaction of a defeat. I felt the game again played out similarly to how the FA Trophy game played. We started well, conceded from a corner, which I believe is second phase, but one of the first that conceded. So obviously that's fantastic work from the staff and the players to commit to that and be so diligent and focused in that area of work. We spent a lot of time doing those, so it was disappointing to concede that way. But the reaction, I feel, was always going to be there. The way that we'd set up initially in the first few minutes of the game, our sort of intent and purpose was speed, and just that ruthless touch was missing. You saw the chances and the excellent bit of goalkeeping or defending, whatever it may be, just wouldn't go in the net at that moment. But the goal that we scored with Cairo first initially was really good play, and we just felt like it was a matter of time if we stuck to our way of playing and our beliefs. And I think that never wavered throughout the game really. They sort of started to bring a little bit more pressure to us, which probably meant that we didn't have enough or as much ball as we probably had in recent games and control wise, but in terms of when required, we made some good decisions at the right moments. Harvey's on a great sort of run of scoring form, but also his involvements in games, he actually starts that play. And I think us as a whole aspect, our possession has been really good to reduce chances against us, and our in possession stuff needed that little tweak at the end of the pitch that would get us those goals. And obviously in the Tamworth game and Fylde now, we've reaped the rewards a little bit, so we're in a good position after the back of the last couple of games, and looking forward to going into the new year really. And
just like you say there, just seems to be clicking at both ends. A couple of clean sheets in the wins before the Fylde game, so the one goal conceded at the start, but also like you mentioned there, 6 goals in the last 2 wins as well, so it feels like at a good time of the season to be clicking at both ends.
Yeah, obviously the clean sheets on my aspect is a really important part of the game. You see the teams that concede the fewest and have the most clean sheets over the long period of the season, they do well. Particularly in the moments where we weren't fruitful in front of goal, the clean sheets are really vital, because the 1 goal difference is from taking the points and dropping 2. And for us, we haven't actually had many draws in the period that I've been here. We've lost or we've won, which can actually be quite a decent sort of positive. Being able to react to a loss and coming straight back with a win. It's making sure that you're always keeping the scoreboard ticking. We're amongst sort of the numbers of wins the top 3, 4, 5 teams have already got. There'll be a certain number target that you're going to need to hit at the end of the season win-wise, and we're pretty much on target for that to be in and around those places. And we're a group of players, from what I've seen from being in the building, and trying to perfect individually and perfect as a team aspect. I think it's outstanding and really interesting of how much work that the gaffer puts in to make the team connect in and out of possession, and what your role is within that. And I can see the benefits massively from being in a structure like this, and obviously in those disappointing moments where we haven't quite got the points, there is belief behind the process that we're trying to do that will put us in a great position to be able to compete for those spaces to get out of this division at the end of the season. So again, attention turns into another tough opponent who will have a process similar to ours, and be in contention maybe themselves for those places. So it's important that we use this next 2 days, today and tomorrow, to really prep for what will be another tough game. Hopefully nice to be back at home again, and move forward into the new year with a real strong belief that we're going to be one of those sides competing to get out of this division.
And finally, I spoke to Jim after the Fylde game, and he spoke about Ebanks Landell and a setback in his injury, so it feels like quite important for you now for the rest of the season to be in the team week in, week out.
Yeah, that's really disappointing for Heath. I know obviously I've had injuries in the past, but he's literally tried to come back from a really tough one anyway, and had a big setback, but he's a big strong character, and already I can see the amount of respect that the boys have got for him in this dressing room. He is involved in a lot of the management stuff in the meetings, and he's around, he travels away with us, he wants to be part of every single minute of it, and you can see why that respect he's felt from the players. So he's really important to be around the place, and obviously we'll support Heath in anything that he needs, because he's going to be pretty much on his own doing a lot of graft, and we know what that's like. But he's supporting us while he's not playing, so we'll support him. And like I said, to have somebody like, you know, the standard that he's played at, the level that he's played at, and the experience that he's gained as well. Like I said, whether you're 35, 25, 15, whatever you are, you're never too old to be learning stuff. So it's always great to get, you know, different opinions. And you know, he's really passionate, Heath, about this team and doing well in his absence. And you know, like I said, if the whole purpose of me coming here was to get a change, a new aspect of looking at the game and playing in a team that are committed to being, you know, a unit together and learning all these sort of modern day, I would say, techniques now of how the game is being taught and shown, and what difference all details can make to your performance. So obviously Heath's been helping us with that, and again, I'll just try my best when I'm out on the pitch, give my all, and yeah, hopefully it's going to be enough for us to form a bit of a decent run in towards the back end of the season.